You heard that safe drivers get rewarded with Snapshot from Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw an ad for a vintage baseball cap, and now you find yourself checking the stats of that team's second baseman in '97, wondering why his stolen base total dropped after his rookie season. Wonder how much his rookie card is worth. Yes, they said it was easy to save money with Snapshot from Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California, North Carolina, or from all agents.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Squares Sweepstakes is back. It's the largest official game of Super Bowl Squares ever, with millions of dollars in prizes, and best of all, it's free to enter. Every score change, someone wins $50,000. Just enter for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com, and it could be you. Touchdowns, field goals, safeties, extra points. Every single score change will draw one lucky winner from the square to win $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. One way to enter, 2 ways to win. See rules and enter for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Then tune into the Super Bowl on February 7th to see if you bring home some dough. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 55.
No purchase necessary. Legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. of age of majority. Ends 2/4/2021, 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL entities as defined in the official rules have not offered or sponsored this promotion in any way.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net. Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. Welcome to Sporgy, the show that gives you half-ass sports fans giving their half-ass opinions. And now, here are your hosts.
Welcome to Sporgy, number 113. I'm Chris.
I'm Rich. I'm the Iceman.
And boy, the advertising executives got what they wanted with the World Series, huh? They got their bi-coastal World Series.
Yeah, their marquee matchup.
Yeah. Boston and LA. Boston is up. Did they... when we started our little pre-show chat, they were in the 9th inning. Did the game end, or is it still going on?
They win. Take a 2-0 series lead.
Yeah, there you go, people. They won another one. You pretty much... Well, no. Aren't they the team that came back from 3-0 20 years ago?
Yeah, well, not 20, but yeah.
Almost 20. But, yeah, 20-ish. But, yeah, but it's... out. It's Rich, you said it, and I kind of agree with you. They've been so dominant all year. I mean, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point. I mean, it's kind of like Houston was last year.
Yeah, and they're doing it. I mean, it's just I know we're a Detroit-based show, but it is very frustrating just to watch all the success these former Detroit Tigers are having, especially when you go to Boston and it's literally from the general manager to their pitching rotation to people, you know, in infield positions and outfield positions are all former Tigers. I mean, you got Dombrowski, Price, Porcello, Martinez, Kinsler. I mean, we had all of them guys plus the other pieces, and we could just never do it. It's frustrating.
I know we had this talk before, but can't we win by proxy?
I mean, hey, man, I have a few friends who are like, you know, one guy, Kinsler, was his favorite Tiger. Another guy was J.D. Martinez. And they're like, you know what? I'm gonna be happy and celebrate just like the Tigers won if they win. And I'm like, I guess I can understand that. But, I mean, it's not like these were your favorite fucking Tigers because they came up through the organization.
Right.
You know, that's how I felt about Bob Probert. But I've been following Probert since he was a fucking rookie on the Red Wings. You know, when he went to Chicago, it was like, you know, it was like, ugh, like Chicago, really? Like they hate Detroit, and it's it's mutual, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got him back with Chelios.
Oh, we did though. Oh, yeah, we did.
They thought the swap was going to be they take Stu Grimson from Chicago, and and Chicago gets Bob Probert. No, the real swap was they got Chelios. Chicago got Probert. And as much as Probert's my favorite player ever to ever fucking put on a pair of ice skates, Detroit got the better of that deal. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, man, I understand. I understand. It's very frustrating. And, you know, if you're one of those guys that's like, whatever, I'm just happy that a guy that I rooted for in a Tigers uniform is you know, having success, then this is perfect for you. Me, it's frustrating because there were 2 years they were in the World Series, and there was a year that it was just like the baseball gods conspired against them, and that was the 2013 season in the ALCS against the Red Sox. And it was just like they could just do nothing right. Nothing. The minute I saw Torrey Hunter fall over that fucking outfield, that low outfield wall into the bullpen in Boston, trying to catch that home run, and I saw the cops start celebrating, I was like, that's it. This isn't meant to happen for him this year. And then they brought in Awesomeness, and, well,
the end.
Yeah. Which, speaking of, how you doing, Angels of Anaheim?
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I know. I asked Chris in the the pre-show talk. I said, "Who do you think is going to last longer in Anaheim?" Like, in the end, will Awesomeness stay there longer than Kinsler was? Because Kinsler was gone the minute L.A. was like, "Yeah, we're out of it," or Anaheim, L.A., whatever.
Awesomeness will hang out longer because someone's got to run the team. I mean, you have to be bad to get fired midseason in baseball.
Really bad, especially your first year with the team.
Yeah.
But I mean, the problem is that he has the best player in the game. He has a lot of talent on that team. He had one of the best players in the game and a lot of talent on this Tigers team, and he did nothing with it. Why the Angels think he's going to motivate that team is beyond me.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think is that Kinsler and Upton went out there and started talking him up to the front office.
Well, what I did, the little bit of the stuff that I did hear about it is Anaheim loves his whole his approach with the fucking metrics. Like, that's the direction they want to go.
Hire someone who's a disciple of Billy Beane, someone from that coaching tree, or that, whatever. I don't know. To me, it's just Brad Awesomeness. The only experience he had managing a baseball team was Team Israel in the World Baseball Classic. Then it was the Tigers, and it was painfully obvious very quickly to Tigers fans here in Detroit he was in over his head. He just too much too fast. He needed to have a couple more years under other people. I don't even think he really did. I don't think he was like a third base coach, a first base coach. And if he was, it was a very short period of time. I mean, guys, he was playing not all that long ago before he got his job at managing Team Israel in the World Baseball Classic. I mean, most guys don't go from player to manager in a 5-6 year period unless they're like, unless it's the days of the old player manager type thing, with Pete Rose or Ty Cobb, shit like that, and those days are long gone. So it's a very strange move, but more power to you, Anaheim. I guess I hope it works out. So
yeah.
But one of the funny things about this World Series is Game 2 they brought back a lot of the heroes from the 2004 Red Sox. And this list is pretty impressive. They brought back David Ortiz, Pedro Martinez, Kevin Millar, Tim Wakefield, Jason Varitek, Keith Folk, Alan Embry. And they were going to throw out they all came to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Curt Schilling, not invited.
The hero of the 2004 World Series, correct?
Yes, Mr. Go ahead and take that staple gun and staple my tendon into place and let me bleed through my sock into my shoe and go out there and pitch, deep into the game and win you.
An amazing pitch.
Yeah, on one leg, essentially. And, of course, the Red Sox were like, oh, this has nothing to do with his personality. It's not
bullshit.
It's not out of spite. But, he hosted a show on Breitbart. He's had some, I don't know. He's had some interesting opinions that go against the mainstream, at least what the media considers the mainstream opinions. And so he didn't get the invite. Now, it's also funny that the Phillies and the Diamondbacks have no problem with him. So, I mean, in June,
I don't find that funny or ironic at all. That Diamondbacks team, holy shit.
In June, the Phillies invited him back for a reunion of the 93 National League Championship team. And the Diamondbacks invited him to come participate in a 20th anniversary alumni game in August. So, but, as the Yahoo article says, they sum it up with this. But in the political climate that becomes more heated by the day as the midterm elections approach, the Red Sox have apparently decided that associating with someone who promotes the views that Schilling does is not in their best interest as they step on baseball's highest stage. This is not the first time Schilling's politics have gotten in the way of his role in the sports landscape. ESPN fired Schilling from his job as an analyst in 2016 when his Facebook post on the North Carolina bathroom debate proved to be the last straw for the network after his frequent controversial social media post. He was previously taken off the network's Little League World Series broadcast after comparing Muslims to Nazis on Twitter. And they provide the link, so I want to see this tweet. I want to see it with my own eyes. I want to see what he said. And, of course, the link to the New York Times does not have the tweet in there. Okay, so
my guess is it fucks up the narrative, is my guess.
So since they can't give a source, even a screenshot of him saying it, I'm going to go ahead and say, not because I'm defending Curt Schilling, I just know how the media works these days. This is all hearsay until I see proof of it. Comparing Muslims to Nazis. But, if you want to compare Muslim extremists to Nazis, they do have some things in common. They're not very fond of our Jewish friends.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't think it wasn't a tweet like he said something.
No, that's what they're claiming.
Curt Schilling on the tweet. The math is staggering when you get to true. The math is staggering when you get to true numbers. And the picture he put is, it said only 5 to 10% of Muslims are extremists. In 1940, only 7% of Germans were Nazis. How'd that go?
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that.
I don't know if that's comparing Muslims to Nazis. That's just pointing out a fact.
Here, you should see it now in the chat.
Well, here's my thing. Anyone who's a listener of this show and Unregimented knows that I'm not a fan of any religion. So I don't really give a fuck. Yeah, fuck Christianity, fuck Jews, fuck Muslims, fuck Buddhists. Keep it to yourself. I don't care. We're fine. The minute you try to fucking interject that shit into my life, you got a problem. And so I don't really care if he offended somebody. I mean, there's supposed to be half this planet is Muslim. So 10% of half this planet, 7 billion people, 50% is 3.5 billion. 10% of that is how many? That's a substantial number. Now, how many people were living in Germany during the Nazi rule? And let's take 7% of them. And he makes a good point. Look what that little amount of people could do.
Right.
That's not calling Muslims Nazis. That's saying, look what happens when hatred is your motivator. Hatred, it gets shit done. So, yeah.
That's one way to put it.
But whatever. It's just more nonsense, and this is the new wonderful.
Yeah, this is the way that the world works. We talk about it every freaking episode. You sit at a bar and you shoot a staggering gaze at a woman across the bar, and all of a sudden you sexually assaulted her. You just looked at her. Yeah, but in your mind, you've already raped her 4 times and took her out to the field and shot her. And what the fuck? Just looked. The hell?
Wow.
You're objectifying her with your male gaze.
Anyone trying to put those type of this is what you did in your mind, let alone do it or this is what you did. This is what you want to do to her. And are motivated to do to her, let alone did it in your mind, give me way too much credit. I'm too lazy to do all that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I ain't dragging no body. I don't give a shit who it is out into the woods to bury it. Like, if I kill somebody, I'm just going to have to stand trial because I'm not running.
Right. I'm just saying, those type of people are the people that look at the picture I shared with you guys, his tweet, and said, well, that offends me. Why? It's true.
Well,
the truth hurts. I don't know what to tell you.
It's well-worn carpet on this show, but remember, Earl, feelings trump facts now. Doesn't matter.
Brave new world we live in. Well, real quick, I want to touch on, before we move on to football, unless you guys have anything to talk about with basketball. Lord knows I don't.
Suck.
So, whatever. Red Wings finally got a win.
Ooh.
I know. I'm waiting for them to raise I'm waiting for them to raise a banner about it. But no, Yahoo Sports put out a pretty interesting article, basically asking, are the Red Wings trying not to score this season? Which I would answer to, they fucking better be not trying to score. Period. End of story in my book. What the fuck what other choice do they have? They are 1-6-2, dead last in the entire NHL. The best thing they can do at this point is tank and give themselves the best shot at the number 1 overall pick. That's it. So what? Are you not supposed to do that? Or you're not supposed to admit it? I understand that. You're never supposed to admit that. I mean, they point out in 9 games they've only scored 20 goals. They're averaging less than 2 goals per game.
Well, it's either that or they're just bad.
Bad. Yeah, that's about how I'd sum it. And then they go on to compare them to the Capitals and the Maple Leafs, who only took 4 games to score 20 goals each. Yeah, well, you're talking about the defending Stanley Cup champions and an up-and-coming fucking team who has one of the best young players in the league on there. So, yeah, who do the Red Wings have? Dylan Larkin, Anthony Mantha?
The Red Wings has memories. That's what the Red Wings have.
Of the way we were. Yeah, exactly.
No shit. No shit.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It's just, I don't know.
For 25 years, we were MC Hammer in his fucking prime. The last few years, we were MC Hammer after he went bankrupt.
Fuck that. For 20-some years, we were Prince. We were fucking well above our weight class, literally. And then all of a sudden, we became Prince after he got saved. And he just sucked. So, yeah, and no one wants to hear that shit, Prince. Go back to singing about Darlin' Nikki and shit and vibrators. Come on now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look, we've talked about it before. This is all, I have to believe, leading up to something. They're trying to... They're going into this is a full rebuild. They've given up all pretense of, anything else. Yeah, they brought in Bernier as a veteran backup goaltender for Howard, but he's not a number 1 goaltender. It's plug and play. It's try to give the fans something to get their asses in the seats. And we talked about, I believe, last week, how they're covering the seats now. All the red seats in Little Caesars Arena, they're now covering with black seat coverings to try to make it look less empty when they play. I mean, and there's been talk even from last season that you go to a Red Wings game, more people are walking around the concourse checking out Little Caesars Arena than they are watching the game, which I remember that from having season tickets to the Detroit Tigers in 2005. Outside of opening day, Red Sox games, and Yankees games, there was people constantly wandering around the concourse, and you would sit in the stands. You could smoke. You could tip back a fifth of... I literally watched people tip back a fifth of booze they stuffed down in front of their pants, smoking cigarettes on the Skyline seats, and there was not one fucking usher around and tell them to put it out and get rid of it. So what the fuck does that tell you? There wasn't enough people for the ushers to be there. The ushers were in the concourse, making sure people weren't getting fucking stupid.
Or they just didn't give a fuck.
Or and judging by the age of most of them, considering that I'm betting they were on God's waiting list, and it was a short list, yeah, I'd say probably don't give a fuck. But I don't know. Let them tank. Whatever. It's the salary. There's a salary cap in place. There's a draft lottery in place. Once you do that, salary cap I can kind of understand. The draft lottery to me is bullshit. The draft lottery is saying no matter how bad you are, you can still get worse because you can get fucked out of a chance to start rebuilding your franchise. Because you can finish dead last and still not get that number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, and you can be the champion and still end up getting the number 1 pick.
I mean, so it's, whatever. It is what it is. They're doing what they have to do. Is it Red Wing hockey? No. But how far back you want to go? You want to go back to the Dead Things era? This is exactly Red Wing hockey from before the Yzerman.
You want to go back to Mike Ilitch giving away a car every night because he had to? So, yeah, whatever. I mean, I just got to look at them and go, what the fuck do you expect them to do? Honestly, what do you expect them to do? They're not a good enough team to compete for a playoff spot. They were the worst Red Wings team in 30 years last season, and they knew they were going to be worse this year. I mean, they lost their captain. Kronwall is a shell of what he was, and he's injured anyways. Kronwall hasn't been Kronwall for years now. There's no Yzerman, there's no Lindstrom, there's no Shanahan coming through that door to save him. Well, I take it back. Maybe an Yzerman next season in the GM role. But what I'm saying is there's no younger version, there's no 2018, 2019 version of them guys coming to save the franchise. It's not going to happen. But anyways. Yeah, and we only got one more year of the sweet spot. We got all 4 going on right now. But, I mean, basketball just started. There was a fight between the Lakers and the Rockets. Nobody cares.
Lakers suck.
We could, yeah. Trade everyone. Season's over in the first week, right?
You said the same story when I told you that Ball was a bust.
Yeah.
You're just so many games in. Okay. That's why they call me the Iceman. I called it, everyone. Ball's a bust. Lakers suck. Start 0-3. What the fuck is the matter with you?
Yeah, yep. 0-3. Blow it up. It's done. 0-3 of 82 games. Yep. They suck. Might as well trade LeBron back to Cleveland. Come on, dude. How can you make a judgment call on any team after 3 games in any sport?
Okay, because you watch them and see how they play. That's how. You don't just sit back and look at the box scores and the stats and go, hey, there's potential.
Hey, you don't just sit back and look at the results and make a decision. Yeah, you're right.
You got to look. You got to see if they have chemistry. You got to look to see if they could actually
why
play
even bother
together.
putting the first place team in the playoffs, right? Just look at how they play.
The first place team, I guarantee you, plays the
Why?
team. And
That's all
has
stats and records.
cohesiveness.
That's pointless.
Has nothing to do with the stats and records. It has to do with
Kind of has
cohesiveness.
everything to do with the stats and records when you're in first place.
You get stats and records by having cohesiveness and playing as a team. You just don't show up and go, hey, I'm fucking LeBron James. Let me get into mini finals as I can for the next 10 years.
Whoa. Hold on a sec. Hold on. You're fucking LeBron James. Does your asshole hurt?
I'm just saying.
And
No, hell no.
Now we know why you think the Lakers suck.
Damn, I managed to get through the hockey talk without talking shit about Crosby.
Your fault. You had your chance. My turn.
No, it's
LeBron
not my
James
fault.
could go to the Golden State Warriors, and you would still, you're showing your true colors. there.
No. Steph Curry didn't show up and say, hey, I'm Steph Curry. Give me the 3-point record.
Because he was a rookie, for starters.
I'm just saying he doesn't show up and go, that's my name. That's who I am. Give me the record. He goes out, he works, and he plays, and he has cohesiveness with his team, and it happens.
Why do you act like LeBron is a shitty player? He's not.
Okay, I didn't say LeBron James was a shitty player. Matter of fact,
You're
I've
not
said
inferring
many
that with
times.
your last comment.
I am not inferring anything. What I'm telling you is the Lakers as a team suck. There's no cohesiveness there. There's no unity there. There's no teamwork there.
All right.
The Lakers look like they're standing around. You've got to watch this. That's why you have to watch it. They stand around and go, well, we traded and got LeBron James, so we should be in the finals. What am I supposed to do?
Games.
Watch how they play, Hoss.
3 games.
Right, and they're 0-3.
Yep. So I guess the chemistry will never come. They won't get better as they play together longer. Yeah, you're right. Blow up the team.
Time will tell their tale, sir.
That is true. So let's talk college football. What's it up? 7-5?
You sure you want to go down this road?
State's gonna be 7-5.
Okay, first of all, I had a buddy walk in at work today, and he was like, whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police, whoop, whoop. And he's a Sparty fan. I said, no, that's the sound of the ambulance rushing your green and white boys to the hospital to get their assholes sewn up because they got butt-fucked American History X style in the shower by my boys in maize and blue.
Oh, you've been waiting for days to say that, haven't you?
And he's like, man, really? I'm just walking through the door and you're going to hit me with that? And I said, look, here's the deal. I wasn't ready to talk shit, okay? As far as I'm concerned, this is exactly what Michigan should have been doing under Harbaugh. Beating State, period. End of story. You were brought in here to beat your rivals, win a Big Ten championship, make the college football playoffs, and make a legit run at a national championship. That's what the fuck you were brought in here to do. Now, all of a sudden, all these Walmart Wolverines want to fucking jump up and down and celebrate because he beat State. That's what he's supposed to do. That's called step 1.
Mm-hmm.
Step 2 is beat Penn State. Step 3 is beat Ohio State. Step 4 is win the Big Ten title. Yeah. Step 5 is do something in the college football playoffs. I'm not expecting a national championship this year. First of all, Alabama, the fuck out of here, dude. Seriously. I sent you guys that meme, but I'm dead serious. I think the Raiders are going to go up with the first pick. The Oakland Raiders pick at the Alabama Crimson Tide.
The whole fucking team.
Exactly.
do what LeBron James did. All you motherfuckers get out. All right, bring me the other team.
And then they're going to go, which player? And they're going to go, yes.
All of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they had another 50-point game.
So that's, whatever. I don't expect that this season, but I do expect constant forward motion. All right, without these bullshit hiccups. He's what? 2-5, 2-6 against rivals. Get to 500, and we'll start. Then you can start fucking. Walmart Wolverines can start removing ribs so you can fold yourself in half and blow yourselves.
Yeah, the one stat that did stand out to me is like we're getting excited for over 3 wins in the last 11 years. Like, I mean, yeah, you beat. I get it. Yes, you beat your rival. Oh, I'm sorry. Michigan State's not their biggest rival, but it's. Don't jump up and down for something you've done 3 times in the last 11 years.
Look, and State's got to get over this bullshit. Here's the deal. You don't have the history with Michigan that Ohio State does. You don't have the 10-year war back and forth like there was between Woody and Bo. All right? You just don't have it. Ohio State is Michigan's number 1 rival. Number 2 is Michigan State. Number 2A is Notre Dame, period. End of story. And if Notre Dame was in the Big Ten, I would say that they there's no 2 and 2A. It's you're tied for second. That's all there is to it, period. Get the fuck over it. Calm the fuck down. It's okay. All right? You can't compete with someone the 2 teams that have over 100 years of history. With what? You guys have played each other, what? 80-some, 90-some times, maybe? I mean, they have almost half of this country's history playing each other. You haven't even hit the century mark. Calm down, all right? And the only reason I started talking shit was because right after that loss for State, I'm listening to 97.1, and here comes the Sparty that I've missed for a decade. Well, we had a lot of injuries, and the weather, and... we weren't playing our best. And but really, Well, when you were whooping Michigan's ass because they fucking sucked under Rich Rod and Hokamania, you didn't want to hear those excuses. You didn't want to hear injuries. They didn't have a couple good draft classes in a row, and this is the end result. The weather. Definitely weren't talking about the weather with the trouble with the snap. So take your fucking lumps and shut the fuck up. All right? Period. And that's why I started talking shit. And to my boy's credit, he was like, you know what? I can't talk shit. You guys won. And I'm like, that wasn't a win. That was, you're lucky you scored. Less than 100 yards of offensive production.
Yeah, that is not good.
From a quarterback who was declared by multiple media sources to be a dark horse just a few weeks ago in the Heisman pursuit. Okay?
Wow, really?
You had a 3rd and 20 situation, and Marky Mark goes out there, Wildcat. Are you kidding me? 3rd and 20, and you're in the Wildcat formation. Who you fucking with like that? Who do you think you are? The Jets from a decade ago? Is Rex Ryan calling plays for you people? Between looking at foot fetish videos? What the fuck is going on? Dude, State needs to look at D'Antonio and go, look, you're the best coach we've ever had, but you got to do something about your offensive and your defensive coordinators. You got to get these fuckers out of here, and you got to get some new blood. This ain't working no more. This is not working anymore. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if D'Antonio is just so hands off anymore that he just goes, here's the overall. This is the overall scheme I want. And my offense and defensive coordinators have the carte blanche to work how they want within them, that scheme, but it's not working. Because, to be brutally honest, both of these teams are wildly inconsistent. End of story. And I don't even know who the fuck is going to win the Big Ten. Because Penn State looks like, do you know who you are or not? And Ohio State got fucking banked. It was so great to see crowd shots.
Wasn't it Purdue?
Yeah, it was so great to see crowd shots of Ohio State fans with the, what the fuck just happened? Look on their face. Because they've had the best team money can buy in the Big Ten for over a decade now. And apparently, I don't know, but somebody's money's no good all of a sudden. So I don't know what the fuck is going on in the Big Ten.
Although, now this, I'll be a good loser. State got beat. They look like shit. But Michigan, did we not learn anything about the little brother comment?
Well, see, that shit got restarted back up by one of State's players, all right? And it really, to me, the biggest sin is you guys are still harping on something that Mike Hart said 11 years ago. You guys can't come up with new insults for each other. Call each other fuckboys or something. Something from this decade, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, really? The little brother thing? Really? Okay. Because then the comeback was, well, whatever. We're the little brother, but we got to let big sister win every once in a while. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, God, here we go. The gayest smack talk in the history of fucking smack talk. And on top of that, the whole locking arms and walking across the field and walking into each other and shit.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Oh, did you see D'Antonio and Harbaugh got reprimanded?
Yeah.
It's going to be like Urban Meyer's reprimand.
Yeah. You're suspended for the first series of next year's first non-conference game.
Yeah.
Oh, so in other words, I just come out of the tunnel 10 minutes late? All right, cool. I can do that. Not a problem. Yeah, I don't know. This game, this week in Big Ten football just makes me just start scratching my head and go, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. Purdue's looking a lot better than I gave them credit for. And as far as I'm concerned, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan State, and U of M have all shown cracks in their armor. They are vulnerable. Yeah, okay, great, wonderful. Michigan's got, a very highly ranked defense. Who the fuck have they played? They played two teams that were supposed to be good. One of them actually was, and they lost to that team. That's Notre Dame. Excuse me, they played three teams that were supposed to be good. even though this is another thing that pisses me off, all the state people down talking Wisconsin, like, Wisconsin ain't shit this year. Wisconsin's been garbage all year.
Great, you got beat by Arizona State and Northwestern. Shut up.
I'm just like, I remember when the season started, and I was, as a Michigan fan, was talking about how Wisconsin was going to house fucking State or Michigan, and you guys were nodding right along with me. That was music to y'all's ears. So calm the fuck down now. All right. So,
can I just say I think I'm the only one that picked Michigan?
You are.
Yeah.
I told you I got to go with defense. Michigan has the hardest hitting defense in their conference. They're bad.
Well, at first place, they're 5-0 in the conference. They're 7-1 overall. They're the only undefeated conference team. They're the only team undefeated in their conference in the Big Ten.
They're by no stretch of any imagination are they even close to the caliber of the Chicago Bears in '85 or Rich or Tampa Bay or the Ravens. But they got that style of team right now. Their offense is meh. Their offense is just buttered. It's like there's a name, there's a couple names, and it's just meh. But that defense, dude, anybody who listens to this, if you want to see how to play defense, watch Michigan. Not just because they're from Detroit or anything like that. Just watch how they play. They don't give a fuck, man. They come flying at you to hit you. They'll illegally hit you because they want to hit. Just for the simple, they don't even care if they stop you. If you get the first down, good on you. But I want to hit.
Well, if you look at the rest of the schedule, Michigan should win out. You got number 17, you got 2 unranked teams, and then you got Ohio State, which are ranked higher than. Should. Are they going to? Because they have to play Ohio State at the Horseshoe.
I just can't drink that deep of the Kool-Aid, man. Not yet. I can't. This year's Big Ten makes me want to give up my Saturday at work so I can watch the fucking games instead of having to listen to them, because I feel like I'm missing a great year in the Big Ten because it's like the Wild West, man. You don't know what the fuck's going to happen. You think somebody's got them fucking, it's going to be just like a great gunfight, and next thing you know, someone comes out of nowhere and back shoots a motherfucker before he even gets to fucking square off. And you're like, how did that happen? I mean, Northwestern, number 1 in the Big Ten West. Who saw that coming?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
At this point in the season, Michigan being the only undefeated team in the Big Ten, in the conference, didn't see that coming. Mm-hmm. Definitely didn't see Ohio State's butt fuck coming. I mean, I'm glad they got it, and I hope they went in raw and sideways on them, but I just didn't see that coming. And State, I don't know. I thought I hosted a podcast with someone who claimed State was going to go undefeated this year, but I guess I didn't. It didn't happen, right?
Nope.
Right, Ice? Didn't happen, right?
Yeah, I amended it to 7-5 after Northwestern embarrassed them. Like, wow, you played like shit against a shitty team.
I know, it's just 14-2, 12-0.
Yeah.
I guess next year's my chance to make an ass of myself.
There you go. Red Wings, 82-0.
No, fuck that. I'll keep it in football. Tampa Bay winning the Super Bowl. They're going to put it together next year. But yeah, I don't know. And, this whole, Michigan, like, I get it. I forget. I forget because Michigan has been bad for so long that I forget that when Michigan has success, it's never because Michigan's good. It's because of everybody else that Michigan has success. Either everybody else sucks, or the weather, or the officiating, or whatever the fuck. And I'm just like, really? They haven't won anything yet. Let them win the Big Ten. And then we can go back to everybody just fucking coming up with the same old bullshit excuses why they got their ass handed to them by Michigan. All right? Everybody calm down. They ain't won nothing yet. Very good chance they're going to get stomped by Ohio State. I'd give it 50-50 against Penn State at this point. What the fuck can you say about Penn State, man? Yeah, they're 2-2 in the conference. They're 5-2 overall. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. We keep talking like this, I'm going to inadvertently make a pick. I don't need to do that this early in the game. So,
well, here's the problem. It's like people.
Go ahead.
Places like Penn State, Michigan, Alabama. Everybody forgets it's college. This is not the pros. Okay, the people that made them great one year is gone the next. Saquon Barkley is not in Penn State.
Yeah, but you got to be good at recruiting. I mean, it's Alabama, Ohio State. I mean, they're perennial contenders. Think that's an accident? I mean, sure, we joke that there's other factors at play, and more than likely they are, but...
Well, it's kind of not a joke, though. There is other factors. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of people paid to send the top recruits of the country there.
But has State been good for a decade on accident? You gotta be good at recruiting.
Absolutely not.
Because like you're saying, Earl, that every couple 2 or 3 years your team's turning over.
I think it's time for State to realize that whatever has been working for the most part over the last decade has ceased to work. And someone in the athletic department needs to start making some calls to some boosters and saying, open up them pocketbooks, because we need to start paying offensive and defensive coordinators big time money if we want to fucking continue to be up in the big time. I'm talking, $1 million a year contract minimum. Because that's what it's like in college football at this point. And I mean, if I remember the report correctly, State has an offensive, I cannot remember his name, their offensive coordinator, one, D'Antonio is fiercely loyal to, which loyalty will get you fucked over in the sports world quick, fast, and in a hurry. Especially if you're loyal even when they're not producing. Because no matter what, eventually that's going to come down on D'Antonio's head.
Urban Meyer looking at you.
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So they need to open the pocketbooks and start getting some heavy hitters in there, some up-and-coming guys. Some guys who think outside of, this is what we've been doing for 10 years, so why isn't it working anymore?
I mean, I think another thing that a lot of people don't think about is Michigan has become a football destination again in the last 3-4 years. Since they brought Jesus and Khaki, he's been able to coerce some recruits away from MSU. I mean, it's a lot in the late 2000s. I mean, how many times did we hear about, recruits ditching U of M for MSU? I mean, that's got to play some, they're probably not getting the talent they were getting before Harbaugh showed up in Ann Arbor.
It was so sickening to constantly hear, yeah, soft commit to U of M, and then, no, decommitted. MSU, OSU, Alabama, Florida. It's like, oh. And Michigan couldn't, you're absolutely right. At that point, they couldn't compete. Rich Rod was not the guy to do it. First of all, Rich Rod tried to come in here, and I understand what they were trying to do by bringing him in and go with the spread offense and, drag Michigan kicking and screaming into the 21st century. That's just not what they're known for. It's not what they pride themselves on. And it did not work. I mean, what players from those Rich Rod teams have went on to the pros and had massive amounts of success?
The answer is none.
Shoelace is the closest one.
Yeah, he got to be the backup in Jacksonville for like 2 years.
And they used him as a fucking kick returner.
Mm-hmm. And it was a running back.
Yeah.
Wasn't even a QB.
So what's that tell you? So, yeah.
Brady Quinn had a cup of coffee in the NFL. On the Browns.
Yeah, but Brady Quinn was, who did Brady Quinn play for? One, Michigan.
Wasn't he, why am I thinking somebody named Brady played for Michigan? Not Tom.
I was about to say Tom. Fucking goat.
Brady Quinn went to Notre Dame. He was Charlie Weiss was supposed to be the genius that
Oh, my bad.
Revived him. God, God, he's already out of football? Jesus, God.
Oh, yeah. He played like 2-3 seasons maybe.
Chad Henne is still in football. Brady Quinn is not.
Yeah, but Brady Quinn went to the Death March. He went to the Cleveland Browns.
Then he went to Denver. It's not like that was his only stop. He went to Denver, Kansas City, Seattle, the Jets, the Rams, the Dolphins. God.
Well, hey, we're segueing nicely into the pros.
Well, we have to talk about the trades.
Yeah, it'd start right there.
And, I mean, let's just start with, not the biggest story for trades here in Detroit. We'll get to that. But let's just talk about the fact that is the whole team up for trade in Oakland?
Probably. I mean, it's...
No one is off limits?
No, Mac kind of put that out there way before Cooper. John Gruden looked at Mac and was like, no, we're good. We don't need him. You don't need the best fucking linebacker in the National Football League? Are you high?
Yeah, Chucky is definitely... go back to TV, Chucky. Like the Raiders are just not good this year. Now Beast Mode's on IR, and like 24 hours after that happens, Amari Cooper, see ya. So I mean, it's over in Oakland.
I mean, let's just pause for a sec. I know that I've buried the body before they've been pronounced dead a few times on players over the years on this show, but I mean, is there a comeback in Marshawn Lynch? Because if there is, I'm not seeing it.
Dude, he's in his early to mid 30s.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if he retires after this season.
I'm just and if Gruden thinks that Doug Martin,
he's a feature back. He said so today.
All right, Gruden been smoking that Cali weed is what the problem is. That's that problem. Because no, he's fucking not. He doesn't prove that in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, call Tampa Bay and ask him about it. Yeah, Beast Mode is 32 years old. He'll be 33 next year, and he plays one of the toughest positions to play. I should say, at least in today's NFL, the position where you get beat up the most, probably.
Well, I mean, I've proclaimed, Adrian Peterson's career over a few times and backed it up with stats that usually dictate, yeah, pretty much, but man, he's got some second and third wins in him. So that's why I'm hesitant about Beast Mode, but I don't see anything pointing to, Lynch is going to make a fucking huge comeback next year.
No, Lynch is less likely to make a huge comeback than frickin' Adrian Peterson, who's killing it now somehow in Washington.
Oh, he's killing it because everybody their back is injured.
Well, Adrian Peterson, you might as well take a new nickname and call him, the Cat or something like that, because them motherfuckers got more lives than he should have, period. End of story.
And quite honestly, he's been average this year, but compared to last year, it's the needle has moved forward for him.
Well, CBS Sports had an article that I liked the title, the headline on, because I think it's exactly what he's doing. And it's a game he's going to lose eventually because we all lose it. But it said, Adrian Peterson keeps outrunning Father Time. Well, eventually, Father Time, he'll catch up with you. Just, what is it they said in Game of Thrones? What do we tell death? Not today. That's basically what Adrian Peterson's doing. What do we tell retirement? Not today. I mean, that's just what he's doing. I don't see that in Marshawn Lynch. If I'm missing it, let me know, please.
Yeah, no, you're not.
I think it's pretty obvious after the last couple seasons. Beast Mode's best days are behind him, and they were up in Seattle. You got to head up I-5 there, son.
Sit down and eat your Skittles.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
No, anybody should have saw it. I'm the Iceman. I should have called this. Making Oakland just a shit show. Because there was a huge outcry when Oakland was doing real well with Beast Mode and everybody else. Oh, now you guys are fucking fantastic. Now you're going to leave and go to Vegas. Great. All of a sudden, see ya, Cooper. See ya, Mac. See ya, everybody. Oh, look, we suck again. Okay, can we leave now? All right.
I think the main problem on their offense is Derek Carr, quite honestly.
Oh, no, we suck again.
No, dude, but that's you say that, and you're right. He kind of is sucky right now. But look at his last 2 seasons. I mean, you're the stats guy. He was amazing. He was fucking amazing. All of a sudden, this season, he can't hit the broadside of a barn if he was standing in it. He throws it to everybody but a Raider.
Yeah.
And I'm like okay, go on to Vegas. Bye.
Yeah, I think Amari Cooper is going to have a renaissance in Dallas. Well, for starters, because they need a lead. He's now the guy. What have I been saying about Dallas all year? They got Zeke. That's it. They got no one to throw the ball to. So I think Cooper might actually have a little bit of a resurgence here in in Dallas. Just basically from volume alone. He'll be getting the ball a lot. You guys there?
No, yeah. I just, you said that, and I pulled up the fantasy league to see if he was available. He's not available.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Idiot. So, I mean, basically, look, fire sale in Oakland. I have to believe they're looking to do what Dallas did when Jimmy Johnson took over, which is they're looking for that trade that's going to get them a ridiculous haul of draft picks and rebuild that way.
I could see that.
The problem is, who is left? You traded away arguably the best defensive player in the league. You got 2 first-round picks for him. That's good. Great. Wonderful. Especially considering what the Lions just traded for and what they gave up for the player they got. But we'll get to that. Now you got rid of Amari Cooper. I'm not exactly sure the draft pick they got, but they didn't get that, like, Roy Williams-type haul that Detroit did when they traded Roy Williams to Dallas back in the day. I mean, they got a lot of draft picks for a player that was not worth it. Mister, I'm going to celebrate every first down like I just scored a touchdown.
Rookie of the year? Roy Williams?
He was Rookie of the Year?
I'm not sure, but I remember for a while they were saying that's what the Roy in his name stood for.
All right. I'll take your word for it. Let's see. Made 1 Pro Bowl. He was the leading NFC receiving yards in the NFC in 2006. And that's all he did in as far as highlights in his professional career. He's 3-time all-time Big 12, 3rd-team All-American, Cotton Bowl Classic MVP.
And a pile of shit in the pros.
Mister, I don't tip the pizza.
Catch a cold.
I don't tip the pizza guy, and I celebrate first downs like I just won the Super Bowl in overtime. Yeah, good for you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know who tips the pizza guy? You guys remember Luther Ellis from the Detroit Lions?
Yes, isn't Luther Ellis the guy who wore his jersey in public?
Yeah. Dude, that guy's a mountain.
But he loses his ID?
He shook my hand and it disappeared.
How you doing, little white man? You're like, no one has ever said that to me, and it been accurate.
No, it wasn't. No, he said some shit like that, and I'm looking at him like the wall is talking to me. I must have been tripping. They said it was regular mushrooms on this motherfucker. Liar.
All right, well, let's get to the trade that absolutely nobody outside of Detroit gives a fuck about. But everyone who's a fan of any team besides Detroit and NFC North should give a fuck about. And that's Damon Harrison going to the Lions for a 5th-round pick. That is a fucking steal of a pick, of a trade in my book.
Oh, very much so. It's the resurgence of Shawn Rodgers.
This is the first time I've seen a trade with Quinn as general manager that I'm like, this is some New England Patriots shit. Straight up.
This is definitely different.
This ain't SOL, same Lions. This is the Patriot way. There's familiarity with him because he played for the Jets. So they played against him. The fact that he low-key is the best run stopper the 2 previous seasons in the NFL and is number 2 this season and he only plays about half the downs on defense because he's very much a specialist. He's not going to go in there and sack the quarterback. This isn't going to be, some crazy ass Michael Strahan type shit. But this is a motherfucker who's like, what, 6'8", 6'9", something like that, something stupid, 355. Yeah. That's just going to sit there and be like, I dare you to run it.
Yeah, he is 6'3", 355. Jesus Christ.
Oh, 6'3". Okay, I was giving him like 5 inches, but still.
That's a mountain of a man.
It's a big boy.
He is my size. I am 6'3", 375.
That motherfucker's nickname is Snacks. Right? I mean, that's just all there is to it. Excuse me. And he hasn't missed a game in 5 seasons.
So that means he'll come to the Lions and go on IR in like 2 weeks.
Well,
that is the Lion way, sir.
If that happens, then yes, unfortunately, SOL. But I have to say, listening to the local sports talk station, there were people calling, complaining, we gave up a 5th-round pick for this guy? And I'm just like, have you seen any of Detroit's 5th-round picks in the last 20 years? Where the fuck they at? Because they're not playing.
Yeah, their 5th-round picks looking like number 249 and shit.
Mm-hmm. Any pick past the 3rd round might as well be Mr. Irrelevant when the Lions have it.
Truth.
By the way, Rich is not kidding. Nicknames, Big Snacks and Snacks.
I wasn't bullshitting, man.
That must mean my man's always got a bag of chips or something. That's my guess.
I'm just saying, man, past the Reese's. That's me all day long.
No, this is a big biscuit-eating, 2-liter drinking motherfucker right here. This is a big boy. Yeah.
You'll have to excuse Rich. He ain't seen me in about 5 years.
But no, this is an excellent move. It got a little crazy with the people that were excited about it. They were claiming this could be the move that propels the Lions season to where they make the playoffs and win a playoff game this year. And I'm like, okay, pump the brakes, calm down. He's still under contract for this season, this season, next season, and they have an option for him for 2020. All right. Yeah, he's making some money, but he's worth it. The problem is, I think you're going to run into a lot of the people who are Lions fans getting pissed that he's not in there with the glamour stats. He's not in there with a bunch of tackles. He's not in there with, a bunch of sacks. But you have the Lions have one of the worst run defenses in the league, and they're starting to be able to run the ball with Kerryon Johnson. I think they're like, 11th overall in rushing this year. If they can get to the middle of the pack with their run defense, those are two things they haven't had in decades.
But a distressing statistic that I heard the other day when the Lions were playing the Dolphins, there's not been a 200-yard rushing game since 1998.
200 yards rushing is pretty fucking impressive, though. That's some rare air shit, man. Come on now.
That Gurley just did it 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Look who you just said.
That's true.
Okay, and look who did it last for the Lions. Guy you might have heard of, named Barry Sanders. I mean, come on now. We're talking one of the greatest of all fucking time. Arguably the greatest of all time, depending on who you're talking to. I said that for you, Ice. But, if you're a Lions fan, I think you should be fairly optimistic for this. If you're guardedly optimistic, it's totally understandable because you've been burned before. But you haven't had a run stopper like this on that team since Nada left. And Nada was not the run stopper that Harrison is. There's all there is to it. So, I mean, this is, let's put it this way. They play Seattle this week. Pete Carroll, in the pregame press conference, they said, did you hear about the trade? And he said, yes. And I'm hoping that Harrison decides to drive from New York to Michigan doesn't make it for Friday practice, so he can't play on Sunday.
Well, first of all, it's a 10-hour drive. Pete Carroll's high. He's in Washington, so it's possible.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, come on now.
With regards to Harris, we've had these people before. Ndamukong Suh, not so much. Everybody would think like him, but he's not even close to Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh was a killer. He was a linebacker in a defensive tackle's body.
Ndamukong Suh was a specimen. Harrison is a specific role player. Go in there and stop the run.
And the best person I can compare him to is Charles Rogers. Or Sean Rogers. Damn it. Not Charles. It's the receiver with the drug problem. No. Sean Rogers. He would play out very specific downs, very specific run-and stop plays.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully we'll see Sunday. But today being Wednesday, maybe not. I mean, wasn't Carlos Hyde traded at Jacksonville last Wednesday and he didn't play the game?
Look, if you're the Lions and this is you trying to go all in on this season, you have to play them. You hand them the playbook and you go, look, we're only going to play you when we know they're running it. We're only going to play you in goal line situations. We're only going to play you in 3rd and 4th and short, and they're going for it. And here's the thing: the fact that you're sitting there looking across the line of scrimmage at him in a short yard situation, you don't want to be looking at a guy like him. Believe me, if it's 4th and inches, 4th and a yard, teams are going to think twice about trying to fucking run the ball up the fucking gut because he's there. Because the motherfucker takes up space. He is a player that makes the players around him better. That's the stat you don't see. They're going to have to double team him. Forget all these fucking, we're going to pull this on the offensive line, this and that. That ain't happening. One of the highlights I saw last week of him on a 1-6 team was putting a guard not only on his ass, but in the air and landed 3 yards back from where the line of scrimmage was on his ass. And homeboy barely moved. Think about that. So that is raw fucking power coming at you. As Mike Valenti said in 97.1, this motherfucker's a Brinks truck parked in the middle of the fucking field. You ain't moving him. And watching his highlights, have to agree. But it's not a sexy position. He's not going to get the sexy stats. It's not going to be sacks and tackles and stomping on people and, all that shit. No, he brings his lunch pail and he comes to fucking work and he does his fucking job and he does it well. And that's what you need in teams like the Lions. All right, period. We've already talked about this before. This is not a team that's led by a quarterback that gets red-assed and blows his top very easy. This is for a dude for Stafford from a dude from Texas comes off like a fucking Southern California kid. Yeah, man, this is cool. And we lost the game, but there was some good parts. We had 11 guys on the field most of the time. That's a good thing. That's something to build on, right? Like homeboy he must have his med card and just constantly just blue sky in it. Always looking for that silver lining. You know what I'm saying? So good trade, good pickup. If Quinn and Patricia, because I gotta wonder how much Patricia had say in this. Because you know he watched this motherfucker play against him when he was on the Jets, when Patricia was, still with New England, twice a year going, God damn, I wish I had that type of motherfucker. Probably one of the highest pieces of praise I've heard so far about this trade come out of the New England camp when they said Detroit just got today's version of Vince Wilfork for nothing, for a 5th round pick.
Ooh, Vince Wilfork, good one. That's a good comparison.
So, buckle up.
Pretty fucking awesome if that's true.
Well, just hope the Lions curse doesn't fall on this motherfucker.
All right. So shall we talk about the games?
There were games?
Yes. Yes, we'd start with Thursday night. Who is Denver? They're awful. I mean, granted, they played Arizona, but it's... Yeah, I mean, and Thursday Night Football this week's got another shit matchup. Well, if you go by their records, not really, but how I think they're going to finish, they got Miami and Houston. Like, are we in agreement? Like, maybe Thursday Night Football should be mothballed if we're not going to have the marquee matchups.
Well, the problem is you can't flex you can't flex two teams into Thursday night without causing an uproar. Mm-hmm. Players don't want to play on Thursday anyways.
Yeah.
They despise it, for the most part. Two is, I think it should be later in the season, and not necessarily flex it on the week of, but if you see two teams that you have a matchup that's going to be buried in the 1 o'clock on a Sunday, switch them to Thursday night. Give them 3 weeks, notice, whatever. I'm sure there's going to be bitching and gnashing of teeth, but I mean, the NFL is not going to fucking back off a Thursday night game. Because if you're a football fan, you're going to be in front of the TV watching it. Period. End of story. That's all there is to it. It's like Monday night and Sunday night football. It's the only games on. You're gonna at least click to it and see what's going on. If it's a blowout, if it's a bullshit game, yeah, you'll click away. But most likely, you're going to at least click to it once or twice.
Well, now that they're not playing the national anthem, I'm boycotting them. I'm not watching any of it. That's bullshit. I own the NFL Network package. I watch every fucking game there is.
Once again, shut up, jackass. What the fuck are you talking about?
I didn't have the energy if that was real. But yeah, so moving on from Thursday, I believe we had our second London game. The Chargers barely beaten the shitty Titans. My guess is maybe a little bit of jet lag playing it because Phillip Rivers, again, 306 yards. Jesus Christ, man. Like, how are him and Eli Manning the same age?
The more I watch Phillip Rivers, the longer into his career, the more I'm firmly in the camp of we're watching a future Hall of Famer, whether he ever wins a Super Bowl or not. He's going to quietly, low-key get that gold jacket.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got the numbers on his side. And the Chargers, I mean, shit. The only teams they've lost to are the Chiefs and the Rams.
That's pretty good fucking teams to lose to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but let's look at their schedule. See,
kind of makes Shannon Sharp, preseason prediction of I can see the Chargers
wait
in the Super Bowl.
Wait though. I just sucked their dick and now I'm going to bring them back to earth. You know, list of who the Chargers have beaten this year? The Bills, the 49ers, the Raiders, the Browns, and the Titans.
The Browns are schizophrenic at times. Titans are bottom of the middle of the pack.
Or the middle of the bottom of the pack, however you want to look at it.
Or the top of the bottom of the...
No, those other three teams are just piles of shit this year.
Yeah, the rest of them are dumpster fires. Come on now.
We're scarily talking basketball talk.
But, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? That's what you do. You play the cards you're dealt. This is the schedule they were given. They go out there, they beat who they're supposed to, and they lost to two teams that arguably are the best teams in their divisions.
Yeah, scarily enough, the Chargers are doing what the Lions couldn't last year. Everybody was like, 14-2. No, that was supposed to be real. That schedule was 14-2-ish. And Chargers are like, well, you got the Rams and, well, you got the Chiefs, but look at the rest of this shit. Come on, y'all.
Well, looking at the rest of their schedule, they're going to go 12-4. They have after their bye week, they have the Seahawks, the Raiders, the Broncos, the Cardinals, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Broncos. So maybe 11-5, more than likely 12-4, because the only teams I could see them losing. The only teams I could see them losing to are the Chiefs, the Steelers, and the Ravens. Because the Ravens' defense this year is fucking ridiculous.
No, they're also going to lose to the Bengals. Iceman, Golith.
I'm kind of with, Rich just said that the Browns are schizophrenic this year. Kind of thinking it's an Ohio thing. Because I don't know who the Bengals are. One week they're good, the next week they take a shit. The Chiefs embarrassed them on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football.
Dude, it's the Chiefs.
Dude, it's like 45-10.
I'll get there. But it's the Chiefs.
Yeah. But, yeah, so enough on the Chargers. New England, Chicago. Any surprises here?
Yeah, actually. 38-31. That was kind of surprising.
Yeah, I didn't think Mac had as good of a game as I thought he was going to have. Not that, don't get me wrong. I'd take him in a Buccaneers uniform any day of the week and twice on Sunday, but I thought that was going to be more of a defensive struggle than it was.
Well, he almost didn't play. He's not healthy.
Yeah, but at this point, okay, are you injured or are you hurt? Because at this point in the season, there's a lot of hurt people that are playing. If you're injured, then yes, then you go on IR or you play through the injury.
For your young folks, that's from the movie Program.
But it's true, though. Like, no team is 100% healthy right now. None. Everybody's playing with some nagging fucking injury or playing hurt at this point. So, the better players rise above it. That's why they're in the NFL and we're not. If I stub my toe, I don't go to work. All right? No, that's an exaggeration, but, you get my point.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm
laughing. I don't really go to the end if I stub my toe. I'm like, I work my damn pinky toe.
It's not like I work as a porn star. Like, I could have full-blown AIDS with a sore throat, and no, I can make it. No, I'm coming in. They're like, no, stay home. No, I'm good. I swear.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
I took some Dayquil. We'll be good.
I drink that Alka-Seltzer shit.
But ultimately the Patriots did what Patriots do. Go out there and win.
Yeah, and I find just like last year, remember the talk a few weeks ago? Yeah, it's all been quieted. The Patriots are fine. I believe I said that they were going to be fine. To me, the biggest surprise in this game, though, was Chicago's quarterback was their leading rusher.
Yeah, Trubisky is what? Their leading rusher. Stop it.
The whole 81 yards.
He's the white Michael Vick.
White Vic.
By the way, I heard some on 97.1. Oh shit. Who's the white boy with the long blonde hair? Plays defense.
Clay Matthews.
Clay Matthews.
Yes. Someone on 97.1 said Clay Matthews is the white Thor. And I was like, man, Thor is white. That's like saying, Blade is the Black Blade. Or Wesley Snipes is the Black Blade. Wait, Blade is black. What are you talking about?
Another surprise, too, is Trubisky outpassed Brady. Trubisky was the leading passer in this game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 31-38. It's like, meh, what?
333 yards. Well, he obviously wasn't as efficient as Tom.
I think the bigger story is James White. It's your time to shine, homeboy. You gonna do it or not? It's time to step up. I don't see it any other way. Because I don't know. Well, isn't the unfortunately named Sony Michelle? Isn't he injured now? Isn't he out for next week?
I don't know.
Oh, let me check. I have my fantasy team. Yes, he is doubtful.
Yes, and as I learned playing fantasy, doubtful means he ain't playing. You better pick someone up yeah. because I didn't get a chance.
I
to
lost
do
to
that.
Chris because they put out Gordon 2 hours.
You didn't
before
lose to me.
kickoff.
For the love of God, you lost to my cousin. I would love to claim this victory, but you did not lose to me.
What? All Lebanese people look alike to you? Racist.
They're dark. Their eyes are fucked up.
Eyes are fucked up.
Hey, we're gonna hit everything. Throwing the big noses.
Have you ever looked at Chris and was like, "Are you stoned right now?" And he's like, "No, I'm fine. Why?"
No, because he's never answered, "No, I'm fine." He's always answered yes. Since the Specs days. Jesus Christ, we went to our graduation, Stone. We took pictures of us holding weed in a pipe outside of the school in our graduation gowns.
We always talk about he wakes up jacked. Right? Chris wakes up stoned.
Possible.
Chris, you do have a bad case of Jim Brewer face.
Oh, no, that's...
You just always look high, no matter... It's like...
Well, yeah, when no one met me, I was sober. I'm like, dude, if I was high, it would look like my eyes were closed.
You get this lopsided, just pump the neighbor's cat grin when you're high. When you're sober, it's not lopsided. You just have your normal grin on your face.
All right, so... Next, man, we've wasted a lot of time on 3 fucking games. We gotta get through these. Buffalo and Indy.
Wow.
Buffalo's another team that should just trade for the Crimson Tide.
No shit.
Buffalo's probably the worst team this year.
Yeah, and Indy did it with Andrew Luck. I hate to say, only passing for 156 yards, but 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Look, you World War or you Civil War looking motherfucker. Figure out what kind of quarterback you're going to be and if you're good to go. I need to know before I draft next year's fantasy team. What the fuck?
Just Luck's problem. It's again, dude. He's got that team's just broke down. It's been injured, and now he's back. And yeah, Indy, whatever. It's you won one, but I think Buffalo's the worst team in the year this year.
By the way, Bills
in the running. Yeah.
Way to put up a fucking a baseball fucking score. 5.
Yeah, 5.
How often does that happen? That's a safety and a field goal. Get the fuck out of here.
The next Detroit, Miami.
Forward down the field. What do you want me to say about that? I think we all called it for Detroit, right?
Yeah, we did. I don't believe Miami's record. I think it's a farce, and they're slowly unraveling. Their receiving leader had 84 yards. Brock Osweiler is your quarterback.
Enough said.
Yeah. Vikings house the Jets. Anybody surprised?
No.
I'm telling you. Minnesota coming out of the NFC North. Earl doesn't believe me and probably want to fight me on it, but yeah. Carolina at Philly. Philly, don't start celebrating until there is 0:00 on the clock, idiots.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be Philly if they did that.
Carolina put up 21 points in the fourth quarter. Cam Newton looking like a world beater.
Yeah, that was a very what do you call it? Falcons-esque in the Super Bowl performance by Philly there.
And you're 3-4, Philly. It's probably officially time is it time to call out the Super Bowl hangover?
Something's not right. I mean,
they're not calling out the Super Bowl hangover, but they're definitely going, what the actual fuck?
Well, aren't they? Isn't the talk that they're going to bring back Shady?
For like a week. That shit died down real quick.
Fair enough. But I'm just saying, like, if that's a scuttlebutt, that you're going to go dip into that well again, How bright could the light be shining in Philly is what I'm getting at.
You got Le'Veon Bell right across the state, just sitting there waiting for someone to pay him, Philly.
Jesus, God. That town would riot if they got him.
Yeah. Where was I? Oh, Cleveland at Tampa Bay, going into overtime. Is Cleveland going to set a record this year for how many times they go into overtime?
You know, I got to give it up to Cleveland. They're scratching and clawing. They're not going quietly into that good night. I mean, they're not winning.
A team that went 0-16.
They're fighting, dude. They're fighting for fucking shit. I just had a brain fart. Who's their head coach?
Hugh Jackson.
That team's playing for Hugh Jackson.
Oh, no doubt about it. But they also believe in Mayfield.
Okay. I can't read what you're trying to say.
Well, they just think they got a leader now. I mean, how many quarterbacks has Cleveland went through the past fucking 20 years? Like 30? No lie.
We've read that list before.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And now they think they actually have a leader at quarterback. I mean, they took a look at Tyrod, or whatever the fuck, Taylor, and they were like, okay, thanks. He's got it now.
No, that's not. He got injured.
Yeah, of course he did.
They didn't bench him. He's injured.
Sure.
Oh, here we go.
Anyway.
My tinfoil hat on.
Yeah. And, dude, Captain Crab Legs, he's looking good in his games that he's been back. I can't lie, dude. He threw for 365.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers all-time passing leader.
Yeah.
Ahead of Vinny Testaverde. Could have been Steve Young, but no. Anyways, yeah. Dude, I don't know what to... Tampa. You're not getting past New Orleans. Yeah. Drew Brees is back, and he's in full effect, and he's feeling himself. Enjoy the wins. Look forward to next year.
Although I do have to say, every time you won the year of Winston Mariota, Tampa Bay won. I'm just not convinced Marcus Mariota is a good NFL quality quarterback.
I'm just not convinced that Winston can keep himself out of trouble to stay in the NFL. That's the problem.
Well, there is that.
If Captain Crab Legs had Mariota's fucking demeanor, I would feel much better about him being my team's quarterback.
That's a good point.
I just don't believe that he is one night out in Tampa, or worse, they charter a private plane down to Miami, and the shit really pops off from another, 3-game suspension or more. Because Goodell's already proven, once you're in his crosshairs, you never leave him. Ask Sue. Ask James Harrison. Ask any number of people. Once he's decided you're a problem child for life. There's nothing you can do to redeem that.
Next up, Houston at Jacksonville. Dude, I told you last week I had 1 foot off of the Jacksonville bandwagon. Now I have both feet. I left it. See ya. Jacksonville's got problems on offense. Let's be honest. And what has happened to this vaunted Jacksonville defense? They've been shit the last month.
Yeah, they don't look good at all. They don't look like the Jags that they had at the start of the season.
No, they look like how Jacksonville usually looks. Let's be honest. The last couple years, they've supposedly turned the ship around. Dude, they benched Blake Bortles. Cody Kessler was the passing leader in this game. 156 yards.
Yeah, that was a bad pickup on my part.
Cody Kessler. And Kaepernick doesn't have a job. Just putting that out there. New Orleans at Baltimore. This game pretty much went as planned, right?
Wow.
It's a 1-point game.
Yeah, wow.
They managed to bottle up Alvin Kamara, which is not many people have done this year.
But is it time to really start talking about the Ravens might be the best defense in the NFL this year?
Yeah, yes. They are. I mean, let's.
They're in the discussion.
They're in the discussion, but you still got to beat the Rams.
No, true. No, Because the Rams let by more points. The Rams have let by more points than Baltimore has. Here's how many points. First week, 3. Second week, Baltimore hasn't let more than 23 points by this year. They let 23 points by. No, my bad. Sorry. They let 34 points by. That was to the Bengals. But then 14, 9, 0, 24.
Well, I mean, here's the Rams, 13, 0, 23, 31 from the Vikings, still won. 31 from Seahawks, still won. 20 and 10. I mean,
okay, so give me the Rams offense with the Ravens defense. And
done deal, son.
I'll put them up against the Chiefs.
Yeah, no shit. The Rams are the only undefeated team.
But, I mean, that's always been the knock against Flacco, is that he's not a franchise quarterback. He's a highly competent game manager. That's always been a knock against him. And, I mean, let's not forget that the other Harbaugh brother, his seat was getting a little warm before this season started. They keep playing like they're playing. I think the heat's been taken out from under his seat a little bit.
True. But Joe Flacco was the leading passer in the game. 279. He outbreezed Breeze. Breeze still won. The Rams at San Francisco. Here's another game that went exactly how we thought it would.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, you just got teams firing on all cylinders. Rams, Chiefs. I mean,
Dallas at Washington. The Redskins are 4-2 in the shit pile that is the NFC East.
The NFC East. The NFC East is the Big Ten of the NFL.
Alex Smith looks like he could play in shit.
Like, I don't know what the fuck to think about the NFC East. I really don't. It's a fucking logjam over there, man. I mean, you take the Giants out of the equation at least. I don't know what's going to happen week to week. And, I think Amari Cooper, in my opinion, his 2 good seasons, that's nice. I'm glad you had him. Get your money, boo-boo, off those 2 seasons. But ultimately, I don't think he's going to be the game breaker that's going to propel the Cowboys to the top of the NFC East into the playoffs and make a deep playoff run.
Well, I mean, he's definitely going to help them, though.
We'll see.
He's got somebody better than Derek Carr throwing to him. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, but last season, who would you have taken? A healthy Derek Carr or Dak? Who would you have taken?
Dak.
Really?
Carr.
See? And the season before
last season he was a beast. That's what I'm saying. Chris, last season he was a beast. Just like amazing. Like, oh shit, look at Derek Carr just pass up his brother, and he is the general that is. And he's firing all cylinders.
Sure, you're not talking about 2 seasons ago?
Pretty sure it was last season.
No, last season he got injured and he had to, right?
No, that's right. Ago.
That was 2 seasons ago. Yeah, so it was last season. And he was just killer. And now, like I said, he throws to anybody but a Raider.
Yeah, I know. He looked like he was playing quarterback for Michigan State.
Ooh.
What? You saw that.
Yeah.
You watched that game.
Yeah, the work, he was like, here, just take it. I can't do this anymore. Fuck it.
Are you sure you're talking about the Oakland Raiders last year that went 6-10?
No, we're talking about the year before. We figured that out because Carr got injured early in the season last year. That's why I said, would you take a healthy Carr if he had continued to play like he did before he got injured last year over Prescott?
Well, if we're putting all these qualifiers in, I know. Healthy Carr versus Dak and his rookie year, I'll take Dak.
Yeah, because Dak was a beast. He came out firing.
All right, my bad. I'm playing the fucking Iceman game. I shouldn't have put all those qualifiers in there. My bad.
Goalpost moving.
All right.
Hey, you know what? Do you want to talk about a rookie?
I'll say we're going into Sunday Night Football.
Do you want to talk about a rookie?
358. How many times has this guy thrown over 300 yards this year? Like every fucking game?
Dude, he's got like 22 touchdown passes.
There's a stat someone pulled out their ass on the internet. It was brain fart. Mahomes?
Yes.
Versus Baker Mayfield in college football, and I think they passed for like over 1,000 yards combined. Like, just a fucking complete shootout. It was Texas Tech versus, oh, shit. Who did Mayfield play for?
Oklahoma.
Thank you. I was going to say, come on, Earl, save me on this one. But, yeah, it's just like, how the fuck did we not see this coming?
You'll never forget who Baker Mayfield played for when he beat Ohio State and took his flag and went and stuck it right in the middle of the fucking O.
Man, fuck Ohio State. I block everything about Ohio State out since Uncle Sweater Vest.
Love them or hate them, I still say if Ohio State wasn't in the hallway walking back to their locker room and saw that shit, we wouldn't know who Baker Mayfield is in the pros. I'm just saying.
Patrick Mahomes completed almost 72% of his passes on Sunday.
Dude.
Well, I go out there and I throw the ball and I just hope that, they come down with it. And I just, I put it up trust my receivers.
Alive looking at Mahomes' press conference.
The only game this year he has not thrown for over 300 yards was the first game. And he only threw for a measly 256.
Well, it's not easy being green.
Starting at game 1, 256, 326, 314, 304, 313, 352, 358. I said it after the first couple weeks. I think we're looking at a special player here.
Dude, that kid is for real. There is no doubt it. That cat is for real.
Like, we could possibly be looking at, like, a once-in-a-generation kind of player. Like, this might, when Brady finally goes out to pasture, like, this could be the future GOAT, man. I mean, if
Mahomes isn't Brady. What Mahomes is Brett Favre style with Aaron Rodgers accuracy. That's scary.
So a gunslinger who doesn't turn it over.
Right, exactly. A gunslinger who is a sharpshooter. I mean, the kid is scary.
I mean, part of me wants to be like, well, how long is he going to keep this up? We're 7 games in. Season's almost half over.
I'm saying the kid has over 22 touchdown passes.
Yes, he has 22 touchdown passes. He's already thrown for over 2,000 yards. Season's half over.
To quote Sass, man.
There are quarterbacks that throw for 2,200 yards in a season.
Yeah, to quote Stephen A. Smith, he's a bad man.
Yeah, and most of those guys that throw for 22 yards in a season played for Tampa Bay over the years.
His quarterback rating is 114 for the season. Like this, he's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is one kid. I don't care what game it is. You got to watch him once because you're going to sit there and go, how did he do that? He gets flushed out of the pocket and he runs, and as he's running, he just unleashes a hell of a fastball, and it's a perfect strike right to where it has to be.
38, 42, 38, 27, 30, 40, 45. The offense is ridiculous. That's what they've put up.
They are the Crimson Tide of the National Football League.
Oh.
Well, I'm making Andy Reid look good.
I was just say, if you're going to say the Crimson Tide of the National Football League right now, I'd say it's the Rams. The Rams, they're undefeated.
Well, they're undefeated, but no, it's the Chiefs.
All right. Well, then let's talk Monday Night Football.
All right. Well, apparently someone else wanted to talk.
Yeah, that was an ad playing on ESPN. Thanks a lot, dipshits. The Giants at Atlanta. Yeah. Eli threw for $399. He still fucking lost.
Yeah, but he didn't turn it over. And Matty Ice damn near matched him. 379 with 1 touchdown, no turnovers. So, yeah.
I mean, I had no interest in this game simply because of both these teams are bad this year.
Yeah, but man, Shepard and Odell, Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, those guys were putting on clinics as receivers in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Shepard 33.4 average. Beckham, 17.9.
Yeah. And Shepard actually he had 167 yards.
Yeah, gained Beckham, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, This might be a case of you're looking at a quarterback who never really got, Earl, now I'm going to need you to stay quiet through this. Quarterback who never really got his due because he's overshadowed by his brother. That's right. Yeah, keep your mouth shut. And this has to be a swan song, right? I mean, this 1-6, Harrison being traded away. This is the Giants going. We're going into full rebuild mode next season, right?
Yep.
Has to be. Manning might start next season to kick off the season. Who knows? They might pull a fucking, Green Bay. Might draft a quarterback to sit behind him for a year or two.
Oh, if they draft a quarterback, if they get anywhere close to the first round, first pick, they're getting Tao out of Alabama.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they might say, okay, for a year or two, chill, but that's at most. And then Manning, it's bye-bye. It has to be, right?
Yeah,
Giants fans, that's the hope. You sue. I heard the broadcasters talking, and they said it the best. The problem with Eli Manning is his offensive line, and it's a big, bad problem to have. Because what Eli Manning does is he's like a deer in headlights. He can't take his eyes off the rush. He sees the rush coming, and he can't focus on where the receivers are. They're out there. They're open. Odell Beckham can gymnastic catch any fucking thing thrown at him, but he can't take his eyes off the rush. And ends up holding the ball for like ever. And then he's like, gets hit like 4 or 5 times and gets the I just pumped the neighbor's cat look on my face. Did you see that, Chris?
What? No, I didn't watch Monday Night Football.
Oh my God, dude. Manning got sacked and rolled over and his mouth's open and his eyes are all big like, what the fuck just hit me? And then it looks like a couple of sacks later, he gets up looking like, what just touched me? What just touched me?
Well, I've seen a couple memes on the internet with a goofy look on his face, but...
those are true, though. That shit happens in live games. I'm sitting there going, oh, my God. Come on, Manning. At least get up with a little dignity, for God's sake.
Yeah, he's got to go. They can blame their line all they want, but, I mean, he's not hitting receivers. Like, he's not the player he was, dude. He got old. Let's be honest.
Okay. I was being honest, and you kept telling me 2 Super Bowl rings. And I was like, yeah. How long ago? He threw. And he was lucky when he got that.
Whatever. Okay, I don't have the energy for this.
Are you telling me it wasn't his defense? Think back at Michael Strahan and the defense got that. And one hell of a lucky-ass pass.
Defense doesn't score points.
No, but it stops the other one. And when you could throw a pass in the air and it gets caught on his helmet.
If the defense forces the other team to put up no points and you put up no points, you don't win.
I said a lot of luck.
People have to score.
Okay, and I said he's got luck.
It's your opinion.
It is not an opinion.
You're going to share with us no matter what we say. So,
dude, how did he win that fucking Super Bowl? He does not win that Super Bowl if the guy doesn't. Tyreek.
Okay, how about this? How did he fucking get there? What, they just picked their name out of a hat? Oh, you're going to Super Bowl this year. Luck didn't get you to the Super Bowl.
Defense.
Again, we're back to this is like a LeBron. Okay, you don't like Eli. We get it. All right, so let's make the picks.
No. Here's the thing. Honestly, Eli was decent. He was decent. In his Super Bowl, he had a lot of help around him. A fuck ton of help around him. Thunder and lightning, maybe ring a bell.
Who doesn't have a fuck ton of help around him?
Brad Johnson.
You're talking about the quarterback of the Bucs team that had like one of the best defenses ever?
That's the one.
So that's not help?
You said a lot of help around him. I was talking about the offense of the Giants. Thunder and Lightning, Tiki Barber, Ron Dane.
Okay, so basically you're going to give credit to anybody but Eli. I got it, dude. Let's make the picks.
I was giving credit to Eli. I said he was decent.
You just said he had help around him. You gave him a backhanded compliment. You're like, he's decent, but he had a lot of help around him. That is not a compliment.
Well, dude, when they left, he was shitty. What do you want me to do?
You're going to make me look up his fucking record every fucking season.
You might want to do that because when everybody left, he sucked. Every year, everybody leaves Tom Brady, and he's still the fucking GOAT.
Basically, Earl did the equivalent of, for a gay guy, you don't come off gay at all.
That's it. Man, it's the flamboyance in the voice. You would never tell.
You're the whitest black guy I've ever met.
He's the white Thor.
He's the white Eli Manning. Wait, what?
No, he's good. He was decent. He played his position. That's what I'm saying. He's played his role. But he wasn't pivotal. He wasn't something to build around. He wasn't a cornerstone. He wasn't a pillar of strength.
And when they put that gold jacket on him in Canton, Ohio, you make sure to fucking be in the crowd to heckle him about all that.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
Come on, guys. No, all bullshit aside. He was not a pillar of strength. When the running backs left and his receiver core left, he couldn't hold it.
He won both. Excuse me. In Redford vernacular, both his Super Bowls. All right, without Tiki Barber. He won one of them without Michael Strahan. He made the pass that won the Super Bowl, essentially, that set up the win for the Super Bowl, to who? David Tyree, whose mother doesn't even remember that he played football at this point.
Everybody remembers David Tyree. We were talking about that. Just the side of the helmet catch. You got to have some luck.
That's the only reason they remember him.
Again,
just like the only reason they're going to remember Julian Edelman.
Luck didn't get you there.
The only reason they're going to remember Julian Edelman is because he caught that impossible pass that helped with the comeback.
Yeah.
That and his multiple Super Bowl rings. But yeah, no one's going to remember him.
Yeah, and that's Franco Harris about crazy catches.
What Franco Harris know about fucking... He didn't make no catch.
The Immaculate Reception?
I know what he made, dude.
They don't make me school you on football. This ain't hockey, boy.
All right. So the picks. Thursday night football.
So Manning, anyway. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just going, dude. I was fucking
Miami at Houston. Oh, wait. What? I do this every fucking... You think after like 3 years, I'd get this shit down. All right. So, Rich, all by himself, in first place. 73-42-2 with a 623 record. Iceman.
Oh, you cannot sing that after picking against them against State.
Eat a dick, motherfucker. I can sing whatever I want. I just don't know the Tampa Bay's fight song. I don't even know if they have one. Cocaine and strippers, something. Girls, girls, girls.
Our Iceman, we are tied at 72-43-2. Anybody's game to share in the picks.
Ice, Chris, me. Go.
All right. Miami at Houston, Iceman. What say you?
Texans. Dolphins are never even close, dude. The fish are fake. Hang them over a mantle. Take a picture. They're through.
I am going with the Dolphins. As much as I talk shit about them. Lamar Miller is hurt. 2 of Houston's receivers are going to be out this game. Sorry. Unfortunately, Miami's going to probably have the stronger offense. So give me the fish.
Fuck it. He convinced me. Give him my $1 back. Reservoir Dogs reference? No one? Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Fuck it. You convinced me, Chris. Give me the Dolphins.
You guys are sick in the head. The Dolphins, they're leading.
Keep picking Cleveland. All right.
Their leading star receiver. Oh, fuck you, dude. Cleveland's had like 5 overtime games in 7 games.
A month in a row. One day you're going to get a win out of that.
Broken clocks right twice a day.
Just saying.
An 8:30 a.m. game on Sunday.
Won't be up for this.
Yeah. Philly versus Jacksonville.
This is a Scooby-Doo fucking game right here. This is Zoinks. What the fuckins, man? Jacksonville, where'd you go? Eagles, it's time to go, or you're going under. I got to pick the Eagles. They got to go.
Yeah, I'm with you. Jacksonville blows. There was all this hype going into the season, and you benched your starting quarterback against whoever the fuck they played last week. They weren't. So, yeah, give me the Eagles.
The Eagles.
All right, next up, Tampa Bay at Cincinnati. Oh, wait, nope. How about New York at Chicago? Let's start there.
New York at Chicago.
The Jets at Chicago.
Yeah. Bears. Monsters of the Midway at home. Do it.
Like, the Jets' defense this year is a lot better than everyone thought it was going to be, but their offense is bad. Give me the Bears.
Mike Ditka versus a Hurricane. Ditka.
But the Hurricane is named Hurricane Ditka.
Ditka. Give me the Bears.
All right, the local game for us. Seahawks coming to Detroit, playing the Lions.
Lions.
If Harrison isn't in this game, that's a damn shame. I don't give a fuck if he knows the playbook or not. Just throw him in there on any obvious run situation and let him do what he does. I just had to say that. Sorry.
Don't you have to pick the Lions here? Is there anybody left on Seattle?
Yeah.
I'm asking
Russell
for
Williams,
a friend.
Doug Baldwin, Chris Carson.
Pick the fucking game, Earl. Jesus.
He said Lions.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Lions.
All right.
Fuck. I said Lions. Is there anybody else left on Seattle?
Seattle's finding their footing. Russell Wilson's doing what Russell Wilson does. He started slow, but he's coming on. But the Lions are at home, and Seattle's got to travel 3 time zones. Give me the Lions.
Lions.
All right. I'm just going to... Should I just type in Kansas City for everybody here? Denver at Kansas City.
Duh. Kermit the Frog, give it.
Yeah, and at Arrowhead. Chiefs all day.
Really? I was going to pick the Broncos. No, I'm fucking.
All right, mark it down for the Broncos.
Give me the Chiefs.
Well, you already said Denver. Too late.
I said I was going to.
Washington at the Giants.
Really?
Do.
Oh, no, this is Skins all day.
Okay, well, you're just taking long enough to say so.
Yeah, Redskins.
The team out of Washington. I want to be politically correct.
All right, divisional matchup. Last time this game ended in a tie. Cleveland at Pittsburgh.
I picked the tie. Can I bet the tie?
No, you cannot.
Well, I mean, you can.
Well, unfortunately for the Browns, the Steelers have righted their ship, kind of. And they're at home this time. Yeah, give me the Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers are at home, and if Antonio Brown's pissed off, he's not playing like it. Give me the Steelers.
Yeah, everything you guys said. Steelers.
Baltimore at Carolina.
See, this was a lot of ooh for this one.
Maybe if you've been smoking that ooh-wee, but...
Baltimore. Fuck it.
Yeah. Give me... I said it 100 times already this season. I'm not impressed with Carolina's defense. Give me Baltimore.
Nevermore, says the Raven. Baltimore.
All right. Move on to the next game. With the Colts. Heading to... gross. Here's this... Oh, wait.
That shit's gross.
You think this is this week's toilet bowl? No, there's a worse one coming. But yeah, Indianapolis and
this is way worse one coming. Yeah, give me. I still don't like them, but give me the Colts. Now, serious question: is there anybody left in Oakland?
Well, I was just saying,
have they not traded everybody away for
with the moves that have happened this week in Oakland? Give me the Colts.
Well, Gruden's still in Oakland.
I thought he already packed up and went to Las Vegas.
He's already at the Moonlight Bunny Ranch taking over for Dennis. What's his name?
Dennis Hoff.
Yeah, the Hoff. Hey, give me the Colts.
God damn it. All right. Next, we head to L.A., where the Pack is taking on The Rams.
You'll be all right, Aaron. This is only going to hurt for a minute. Give me the Rams.
Yeah. Green Bay's got to travel 3 time zones. Rodgers is not at 100%. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams are going to look at the Packers and go, this is going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt us. Give me the Rams.
All right, this game is the Toil Bowl this week. San Francisco, at Arizona.
Can we all just take a mulligan? I mean,
Yeah,
really?
right? This is a racist game.
I pick a bye.
Yeah.
Can we pick a bye week? I'm just saying. You got to pick the best of the worst for 49ers.
See, at least Arizona's healthy. Give me Arizona.
Yep, right there with you. Give me the Cards.
Okay.
Breida's banged up. Garoppolo's out. Yeah, like it's a
Yeah,
mash.
but Jimmy wasn't good when he was there.
Again, we're going to judge him on, what, 2-3 games?
No, he was 6-0 last season. What are you talking about?
The GOAT. Completely undefeated. Tom Brady lost 2 Super Bowls. Jimmy Garoppolo lost 0 Super Bowls. Give me G, the GOAT.
Makes sense. All right, Sunday Night Football. This is going to be an awesome game. New Orleans at Minnesota. Dude, this is going to be a shootout. Shootout alert.
I don't think so. Give me the Saints.
You don't think it's going to be a shootout, or you don't think it's going to be a good game?
I don't think it's going to be close as Chris wants it to be. I
I'm
think Drew
picking
Brees
Minnesota
is way...
because
Nah.
Drew Brees
is...
he has one guy, and they just put Ted Ginn on IR. Minnesota, if Diggs isn't open, Thielen is, and Thielen's been a monster this year. Give me the Vikings.
Have you heard the good news? He has risen, and his name is Drew Brees.
Oh.
But he's going to get set down during this game. Give me the Vikings.
No fucking way, guys.
All right.
Have
Only
you
way
guys
we'll
heard
know.
of the name Kamara? I'm just saying.
Only way we'll know is
Yeah.
when they play the game.
You looked at Kamara's last 2 performances? Not that great. I'm not saying he sucks, but I think teams have found a remedy to Mr. Kamara. What do you guys have been saying the last few weeks? They got film on him now. Also, Mark Ingram came back and that ate into his workload.
And
Okay.
speaking of sucks,
Yeah. Monday night. This week's butt fuck of the week.
It's on Monday night.
Yeah. New England at Buffalo.
dun 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 dun.
If this was in the middle of the 90s, I'd pick Buffalo all day. Twice
Boy,
one.
boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
And BILLS.
Yeah.
Pats.
This is going to be like watching a live rape. Give me the Pats.
Yeah, Marky Mark's going to be celebrating. Give me the Pats. The Pats.
Did you
All
say
right.
the Pecs?
Yes, it came out wrong.
Okay, and then that's it for the pros. Michigan on a bye.
Michigan.
Give me Michigan.
Give me the bye.
By the way, this is a very good time for them to have a bye going into the next game at Penn State. Because this allows them to reset everything that they've shown on film. Mm-hmm. Just a little foreshadowing for next week. Probably the only good thing I'll say about Michigan going into next week, just so you know. Savor the flavor.
Purdue is coming to East Lansing. 2 weeks ago, I know how to pick this game. Now I do not.
Yep.
So go ahead, Ice.
Well, I mean, you can't do that. One game to another doesn't matter. There was a lot to do with weather there. There was. It didn't affect Michigan the way it affected Michigan State, but there was weather. I still picked State over Purdue. And I was going to save that. I didn't even say that in the chat. It's a damn shame that it was raining like it was, because that's going to take away on a lot of people's eyes what Michigan did that game. Michigan kicked some ass that game. But a lot of people are going to say, well, there's weather. But there was.
All right. I mean, Purdue housed Ohio State, but Michigan State beat Penn State. But they just lost to Michigan. Jesus fucking Christ.
Welcome to the suck, sir.
Yeah. Fuck it. 12-0. Give me the Spartans.
This is going to be the pick that cost me my season. Give me Purdue.
Oh. Chicken University.
I'm picking Michigan State to be the spoiler alert game. They're the giant killer.
Hey, if I have any defense of my pick in Purdue, it's Mike Allstott. So,
Well,
Former
before you
team.
start calling them State a giant killer, Purdue isn't even ranked.
No, but they beat Ohio State.
that's Purdue could still make a run for the fucking Big Ten West. That's how fucked the Big Ten West is. So, I'm just saying.
I mean, when they go against Northwestern, they lose. When they go against Penn State, they win. When they go against Michigan, they lose.
Keep in mind, Purdue did lose to Eastern.
But they beat Ohio State.
They lost to Northwestern, and they lost to Missouri. All three teams not ranked.
Look, it's just a feeling. I don't know, man.
What Richard tried to say is he has to go to the bathroom.
No, I already went. I was touching cloth. I took care of that while you guys were arguing about the Giants. But yeah, no, I Purdue had, and if I'm wrong about this, I'm wrong about this. So fucking be it. I'll take my lumps. I think that win against Ohio State poured about 55 gallons of pure fucking guts down Purdue's throat. And they're only 3-1 in the conference. They're only one game behind Northwestern. They're on a 4-game win streak. I think they got their nut up, man. And I think State is kind of in shock. I don't think they thought they were going to lose to Michigan like they did, because that game was not as close as that score says. If it wasn't for that Michigan turnover, State wouldn't have scored, period. And State knows that.
True story. Oh, all right. Picks are in. Rich is a Boilermaker fan this week. All right. Well, I'm tired as fuck. So, just going to trapdoor right out of this bitch. Hit us up on Twitter at Sporgy Podcast. You can email us, sporgy@christophermedia.net. New shows every Thursday. And next week, we'll probably be talking about a new World Series champion. We'll see you then.
Well, later, guys.
Peace out, yeah.
If you like this show, please tell a friend. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook by searching for Christopher Media. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free on ChristopherMedia.net. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net, and thank you for listening. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
The thing about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive. We don't even need the words the Home and Auto Bundle anymore to tell you that you could save big with the ring-tailed lemur from Progressive, or that every hot peach cobbler comes with round-the-clock service and protection. And that's the thing about the goat with magic powers. You've heard a lot of ads about the sushi in Vancouver. See how much you could save with the Home and Auto with the Shaman in the Jungle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Good afternoon. Would you like to try a free sample of our double fudge brownie?
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure. Yep, still very good.
Some things never change, like never being able to take just one free sample. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Is that macadamia nut I taste? Let me take one more.
Sir?
Yeah, I thought so.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.